ESEA.
Welcome back to the CSGO Pro League, live from the ESL studios in Burbank, California. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, Kingwin, for making this season happen. Also, if you guys didn't know, ESL 1 is taking place October 1st and 2nd at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. That's 8 teams competing for $250,000 in prize money. Also, there is the Brooklyn Beatdown for Street Fighter V happening. That's an open tournament with $75,000 in prize money. And for more information, you can go to www.esl-1.com. Moving into the final match of the night, that's going to be OpTic Gaming going up against Team Liquid, right?
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. It's really important that Liquid gets something in the win column today. We're going to take a quick look at their roster. Hiko, Pimp, Nitro, JDM, and Elige. Hiko actually had an uncharacteristically poor performance yesterday. Looking forward to seeing him bounce back today. Pimp started to step up a little bit late in the second map, I believe. Played pretty well, not great. Overall, as a team, they need to click together. Hiko mentioned on his stream some of the issues they've been having with people listening.
Yeah.
It's really important that they focus up and get a win against OpTic today.
Well, it's interesting because he's saying that. Meanwhile, you have people saying that they haven't been practiced. So I'd really like to see them really step up to the plate here because they're going up against OpTic Gaming. And the big news here is Tarek in, Stanislaw out.
Tarek in, Stanislaw out. Yeah, it's a huge kind of late-breaking item today. We weren't sure if we were going to see Tarek play in this match today, but we will be seeing him featured. Really, really talented fragger, ton of potential. Similar to Nitro in that sense that we see him sometimes go really hot and sometimes really cold. Don't know if maybe it was the environment that he was in. We'll find out hopefully today as he's going to pair up to with his teammates here, Daps, Naf, Rush, Mixwell. Mixwell played tremendous yesterday to the point that they were so confident he was just running around with a pistol, putting the AWP in his back pocket and taking fights. I don't know that they're going to have that level of disrespect for Team Liquid, but I wouldn't be surprised if OpTic takes this 2-0.
Well, I'm looking forward to it, and it looks like the players are ready in the lobby, so I'm going to throw it over to the casters, Moses and Steve Buscemi. Take it away, guys.
All right.
That's a compliment, I swear.
Yeah, you know, I want to look like an actor. Why not? Steve Buscemi, he's the best, right?
Yeah, I guess so. As I said, welcome to ESL Pro League. It is going to be the last 2 maps of the evening. Interesting, obviously. OpTic gets a little bit of the no shirt going on here. They get Tarek in. That was the big debate. Was when he became a free agent just a while back out of CLG, or not a free agent. He was still under contract, but he said he was going to wait till the end of the year to decide. But obviously, a lot of faith in this OpTic team.
They are, and OpTic is coming off wins while Team Liquid's coming off losses.
Yeah, that's the tough part because you have that wealth of experience playing, in 1.6 professionally. I mean, what's it like when you start a season off like you just come off like a grand finals of a major, first North American team. You do amazing there, and these first 4 matches have gone the complete wrong direction. How do you get back on track?
I would say just stop and just like watch over what went wrong in the first matches and try to fix those small mistakes, because it was a lot of small mistakes that Team Liquid were making that were causing them to lose, like missed shots, timing were off, hesitant, stuff like that.
Is there anything like, obviously, the big talk also is during those 2 weeks, Liquid was no stranger to it, that pro vacation, that 2 weeks teams really weren't practicing too much. Is there any kind of a hangover that actually comes from that when you're not playing for that long, when you've just come off a big massive tournament? There's always talk about the major hangover where teams seem to perform a little bit less.
I'd say you got to stay hungry. You got to go for it.
Got to go for it. Well, OpTic is going for this B hit. Hiko is completely blind. He's dropped down. He's got 1 kill. Can he get another one? No. His teammates are smoked off on Catwalk. This is a nice execution from OpTic. They're going to find their way into this bomb site. Elige is in market, trying to do what he can as Nitro rotates over as well. Looks like he has Mixwell, who planted the bomb, boxed in. It's down into a 3-on-3. They haven't made their move quite yet. Pimp is going to be on Catwalk. Mixwell still not able to escape after he plants the bomb, so they know where 1 is. And Pimp's going to have a tough time with Daps here, just biding his time, waiting for the peek. There's Elige. This is going to force Daps' hands, and he gets a nice shot on a Pimp. Nitro trades it out as well. Down to a 2-on-1. Elige does have a kit, so they have some time, and he's going to find that kill. Team Liquid, initially it looked very, very scary with a nice execute from OpTic, but the retake works out perfectly.
And Elige with those kills and a kit. He does not need armor.
Yeah, that's massive. And it's also what allows them, at the end to take a little bit more time on that retake, knowing they have that extra 5 seconds before to get the defuse off. So a good start for Team Liquid on the CT side. They needed to get out quickly in this match to some kind of a lead. we're going to see Hiko with a shotgun, JDM with the UMP.
Hiko's been liking that shotgun. I've been seeing him in a
He's
lot
a
of
big
matches.
shotgun fan.
He is.
Big shotgun fan. And also, I mean, the position he's playing it, you know, with the fact that it can be a little bit more effective while jumping, he's playing it over towards B where he can spot if they get close and just rack up some money. He's being challenged a little bit by Daps here, and he's just going to smoke things off. Doesn't want to mess with that fight. OpTic's actually, you know, this is a little curious just because they don't have any utility. They don't have any armor. They're playing this almost like it's a standard gun round. They've left the bomb very far back. They're very spread out, not trying to use the numbers advantage.
I think they're going to just see how Team Liquid are playing the bomb sites. They're playing to heavy B, heavy middle, heavy A, so they kind of spread out, trying to get information, and OpTic actually gets a kill on Team Liquid.
Yeah, that's a big kill as well, down in mid. The one thing they're not anticipating is Nitro has gained so much information, and he's flanking around. He now hears these footsteps. Rush is going to have the bomb, but he's going to get killed with it. So Nitro's going to have the bomb down. This is going to be really, really annoying for OpTic to have to deal with. That advantage they just gained, they just return the favor and give it right back. Tarek is going to have to take this one-on-one. Naf's coming to meet up with Nitro, but there's Elige. Pouncing with the M4. And Hiko chiming in as well. Nitro will eventually get taken down from behind. But now it's Elige's turn to push up in a little bit of an unexpected spot, and OpTic just gets shut down. Nice shots from Elige at the end. JDM and Nitro fall, but Team Liquid, that's all right. They know this is going to be a buy round. They know the AKs are going to come out with that plant in the first round.
Elige hitting shots. Nitro pretty much was the MVP of that round because he pushed. Got a lot of information off of that one.
Yeah, and even just leaving the bomb down there, everyone else has to go back to pick it up. So really, really good stuff from Nitro. Now going into this, JDM has an AWP. This might surprise, might catch OpTic a little bit off guard. He did get taken out last round, but he hadn't invested anything, which is why he can afford this. Heavy mid play from OpTic as well. They're going to try and work their way up catwalk. Nitro is in connector. He's going to get the first kill. There is a teammate here. They're blocking each other a little bit, though. That's got to be a little bit frustrating. Maybe a bit of miscommunication, but it works out with a good trade. And Tarek trying to come through that smoke. He loses the bomb to Pimp. So a nice crossfire setup between catwalk and connector.
That was definitely very nice of Team Liquid to have that crossfire and stacked.
What does OpTic do here? They now have one player on catwalk. They have one player in B halls. I mean, is there anything they could have done to get back into that round?
I would say once they spotted those 2-3 people in the middle, the other people like Daps on the other side of the map should have pushed and peeked and tried to kill someone on the other side of the map, so they can make a move and cause the Team Liquid to over-rotate in that kind of sense.
Yeah, just playing away from kind of the presence that Team Liquid had in mid. It's not going to work out, though, that op from JDM ringing out late in the round, and it's back onto pistols. No money, really, for anything. The losing bonus is going to start building up. It's at 3 rounds, obviously. But still, OpTic with no plant in that round. They don't have much they can get into this. So no utility, no armor bought up, and this time, unlike the second round, they're not going to spread out whatsoever. They're going to go for an explosion onto the A site. Nitro and JDM are about to get a lot of action their way. Elige can be on a quick rotate.
Nitro's pushed up in the halls. He's about to call his nade out and gets taken out by JDM.
Yeah, that's not good. He's just saying, you know, deny you the kill of my teammate. That's a nice no-scope, though. JDM being a monster, he does eventually fall. Naf has an AWP now, so this gets interesting because he can cause a little bit more economic damage. But the nades rain in. There's one last kill onto Pimp right at the end, so not bad. Elige with 4 kills in the round. Nitro with a mistiming with that smoke. A little bit unfortunate for him there.
Elige is 11-0-0, just taking it away right now.
And he is the other player for Team Liquid that at the major, I mean, obviously a lot of the talk was about Simple. Elige was another player who stepped up in his own right. So playing really, really well lately.
He's a very solid person that's just all-around great player that I've seen so far of him.
Yeah, double op setup now for Liquid as well. Pimp has one, JDM has the other. Nitro again going to be aggressive in halls. So a lot of information being gained here. Pip not being too aggressive, but he's going to start taking a little bit more of an angle. And maybe fortunate for Daps as he just fell away. He goes pushing with him, so all this time they're restricting the map for OpTic Gaming. The map is getting smaller and smaller with each second. The question is, how far is Hiko actually going to continue to push? OpTic has mid control. Elige is watching for the boost into window.
OpTic drops the bomb in T-spawn. I don't understand this move right now with a minute left, and you might hit the A bomb site. I don't know.
Yeah, that could end up slowing things down if they find some success. They have to run back and get the bomb. So, I mean, that's something. It looks like they're leaving it for Tarek, who's rotating back behind, because they're taking over halls. They know Nitro could have been pushed up. There's a kill for Nitro. It does get traded off. Alicia's got to be careful. Rush, he's the next one, but Alicia's prepared for it. Mixwell is up on catwalk in the ladder room. When does he choose to pounce? They're going to need a little bit more, but he can't be that aggressive. He has one of the AWP, so if he had an AK here, he could make some kind of a play. It's going to be on Tarek and Naf to really start this off. And Hiko, of course Hiko, checking absolutely everything.
Yeah, Team Liquid just had them surrounded in that bomb site. They read them like a book. They pushed the B halls, and OpTic was just out of luck right there. They didn't hit any shot, and they're out of luck.
Yeah, and it just, you know, it is something where they just seem to be getting whittled down on some of this mid control. They've had some okay rounds, but when it comes to the late round situation, Team Liquid just be on top of this, and this is looking like a different Team Liquid than we've seen earlier in the season as well. And a good old-fashioned B hit coming into play here. One flash, one smoke on Daps. Naf with the Deagle going to play at top mid. If they have any success, he's just going to try and cut off rotations, but it looks like Elise and Nitro are going to try and force him out, and they do just that. Nitro with all the information. Again, this is a very aggressive Team Liquid. He goes up next, and he's no stranger to this kind of attack, and he defends against it perfectly. 3 kills for him. That Nade doing some work as well. Mixwell is the last one left, and he's reloading, so Nitro catches him off guard. No one falls for Team Liquid. The money is starting to build. Hiko's got 14,000. Everyone else is above 6,000.
It's a fast 6-0, and I would expect OpTic to call timeout or something, just to slow them down and kind of think, what are we doing wrong? Why can't we get around?
What is the change they make? Where do they go from this? Because we've seen a couple different looks from them. Some of it hasn't really panned out all that much.
Well, they know that there's Opper and A, and I think maybe a good old-fashioned A smoke take would help their chances in securing a bomb site in a round win.
Yeah, and you may be right on that execution, because as you can see, another round here where Pimp with this AWP, you know, he just starts him off with a 5-on-4. So many less options now with OpTic. And one thing that actually they're getting punished by heavily at this A site is, since they're not putting a lot of pressure on it early on in the rounds, Nitro has been so aggressive. He's pushed down towards the lower A ramp, so he's got a lot of intel. And even though there's a lot of mid presence from OpTic, what can this actually do? Oh, he spots it. That doesn't land, though, and I don't think Pip realizes it until just now that shot was directed at him.
Right in the Tookish. He missed his Tookish.
Missed his Tookish. Why not? Alish watching for the boost one more time, and he's going to win that fight. Naf can't find anything, and now it looks like OpTic at this point is just a little bit lost. Pimp, that's unfortunate. Mixwell's lucky to get away with his life, and actually Pimp wanted to go for more, but he missed the timing of it. That shot allows him to get a no-scope, though. That's sick, and now they could just fall back into these bomb sites. Tarek and Rush have nothing available to him.
Team Liquid looks like a totally different team from the other day. They are playing with confidence. They're peaking. They're pushing. They definitely talked about why they were losing in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned a lot during some of those broadcasts of those games that it just looked like Liquid was scared and didn't want to take they didn't want to take the aggression of their opposing team. Completely different here. Blind is Pimp, but Hiko's going to bail him out. That's the bomb down. It's all on Tarek. He gets 1 kill, but he can do absolutely nothing else. 7-0, and Hiko's got 16K.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, he's the only one to fall in that round, but this is going to be tough, and still they haven't taken that pause you were talking about. They might want to, because it looks like maybe a little bit of miscommunication. Rush just snap bought an AK-47, so he's completely bought out, but the rest of the team, it looks like their idea for what they wanted to do was have a half buy, so they can get whatever they want going into the next time, but Rush has spent all of his money.
They have a lot of people with just 1 kill on the OpTic side. They're not getting kills at all. Like, it's not even close, these rounds.
Yeah, I mean, you can have the best tactics in the world, but if you're only, you know, if you have no kills, Nitro's going to be close up. That time he doesn't get caught with the nade out, and Elige as well, still doing stunning work. Rush is going to come out with 3 kills, so he's putting that AK to good work. And Pimp is going to try and toy with the smoke in the AWP, and it works perfectly.
Team Liquid on point with that A defense, even though OpTic had a little more success in that round.
Yeah, and there's that A execute you mentioned. Do the A execute, and they get 3 kills out of it. I mean, unfortunately, they had 4 Tech 9s, so maybe if they have a couple more AK-47s, it's a little bit more successful. But, I mean, it did make JDM uncomfortable enough to get out of his position and out into the open.
That's true.
Elige is 16-1.
I would just try to kill him, you know, like take away his confidence. He's just running around, no cares in the world, coming underpass really fast. Like, he's just no fear on this guy.
Daps is just going to feel like there's nothing that they can do right at the moment. Liquid is pushing everywhere, all over the map, and there's no respect being given to OpTic, no respect being earned by OpTic, really. Another kill for Elige. He is just on point at the moment, still harassing everyone. Mixwell up catwalk. He at least finds Hiko. This is where Rush, when the rotations start coming in, he can pounce. Unfortunately, the bomb isn't at this B bomb site. It's in mid with Rush. And Naf is also on A ramp. But Mixwell taking this. Look at the rotation from Liquid. They've all left the A bomb site. This is an opportunity for OpTic. They've somehow done it. They've somehow fooled Liquid. With one player in the B site, everyone is rotated away. JDM starting to come back, but I don't think it's going to be in time to stop this.
It's a nice little pick that Team OpTic did. Now we need Mixwell to get these kills in order for them to... Did Team Liquid bite that? Oh, no, they know it's A.
Yeah, they know now it's A, so they've gotten over here at least. Elige is going to be coming up mid, but he doesn't have a lot of HP, but Rush wasn't even looking for him, and now Mixwell's all alone. They know he was at the B bomb site, although it doesn't seem to be properly communicated because Elige is... Okay, he was checking halls. Now he's checking mid. Coming from jungle is Mixwell, but the defuse is already in, and Pimp takes him out anyways. It's free defuse for JDM. So 9-0 despite some of the success in that round from OpTic, and they still haven't taken that pause yet.
I think OpTic faked themselves out in that post plant because they weren't even in any spots to look, you know, to actually play the bomb.
Yeah, I mean, that just crumbled. That happened very quickly, and maybe a little bit too much frantic communication going on because Elige was pretty loud flanking down mid. 19-2.
Looks like OpTic is going to go into their slow A take with Nafly holding that mid. Probably going to do a late mid flank, I'm assuming.
Well, it doesn't look like OpTic is going to do any kind of execution. It looks like they just want to come right through the smoke, and thankfully JDM misses that shot, but he's not going to miss two. He does die immediately afterwards, but Elige has given him an advantage. And it looks like Liquid, Pimp, and Hiko are going to come up catwalk, and Elige is here to clear out mid with them. And this is really, really smart from Liquid. They're saying we want nothing to do with a multi-front attack from the OpTic side, so they eliminate one side of it. Daps and Tarek both stuck inside the bomb site.
A long ways to go to win this round.
Yeah, plenty of utility as well for the Liquid side. Molotovs, they have a nade. Just now using the Molotov. Tarek, he's going to try and help his teammate who's down to 5 HP. He swings out wide. There he goes. It's just down to Daps. And what can you do? You can't take a single bullet. You've got 4 opponents, and he just bails out. He knows it's lost.
I think on a 2-on-4 situation, you have to look for those kills. You can't just hide in spots and hopefully they don't check your spot. You know, they have nades, they have utility, they have Molotovs and stuff like that, and they're just going to toss them in the common spots that they're camping in. You have to make a move. Yeah,
get a little bit aggressive. Take the fight, whittle them down before the retake comes into play. And this is, I mean, on top of everything, on top of the new look Liquid that we haven't seen yet this season, I mean, Elige is still, I mean, every round we can just bring it up because that's insane. 21-2 in 10 rounds. There's not a lot of ways to really stop that. It's got a frag movie working in just one match.
And OpTic doing a mid default. They're smoking out everything, just trying to get information. And Rush is coming through underpass, going to help meet up with Tark in the middle. And they're just waiting it out right now. They're listening. They're trying to see where they're at. I don't know where they can go from this this area. I think they might try to go off their picks.
Well, Pimp is pushed up again with the AWP, so he's got an angle, so he knows no one's pressuring the B bomb site, which allows Hiko and Elige to have that catwalk to connect or crossfire. Nitro as well in ladder room. He's able to help out as well.
Team OpTic still holding the mid. The smokes are about to leave here in a second, and they're still not crossing or committing to anything.
Yeah, they've only got 2 left. They're slowly running out of utility, and the fact that they're not using their own nades to get any kind of advantage is huge. Pimp, that's going to be an easy kill on a NAF, just slowly crawling out into his crosshair. Nitro gets pressured, but he wins the battle against Mixwell. This seems to be the theme. It's just every battle being won by Liquid. JDM with another op, and there's Hiko to clean out the round, and OpTic still with the goose egg.
It's rough. It's never fun being 11-0.
Why haven't they called their timeout? That's because I know you talked about this 5 rounds ago. You said talk it out, you know, figure things out, you just reset yourselves. Why still? What is it that causes a team to not use their timeout when they're down 11-0?
OpTic has always been known to kind of be an emo team when they started losing. So like maybe they're just not thinking properly. Maybe they're hating their lives right now. I'm not too sure what's going on.
Well, Mixwell certainly hates his. He just ate 2 grenades. Daps finally getting a kill. This has been very aggressive up middle. Mixwell's going to try and come through, and he spots Nitro on the edge. That's a nice shot, but look at this play from Mirage. If he hasn't been having a stunning day, he could turn everything around for OpTic. He's going to get the planter as well. Naf spots him a little bit too late, looking for Daps. He's got to stay alive a little bit longer. This is going to force Daps out, and he knows he's just, he nades in his hand. There's Mixwell, finally pounces. Nicely done, but the bomb is down. Hiko's going to be in some trouble pretty soon because Tarek's the big flank. Through window room, Hiko's got to turn around, but he has no idea this is coming. This is going to be the first round on the board for OpTic. Finally, aggressive down mid.
There you go. Mix it up. Slow wasn't working. Just go do something fast.
Yeah, it also coincides really well with the change in defense. It wasn't really that 3-man triangle defense at middle that we saw Liquid, employing before that.
That round was almost disastrous for OpTic when Elise was just lurking on T-ramp.
Yeah, and actually the fact that he's been playing so well might have been a benefit, because as soon as Daps has the opportunity to come out of Palace, he's probably just thinking, nope, not facing Elise, just waiting for Mixwell to get in position. And again, the OpTic's just gone right back to it. Tarek rushes down middle as fast as he possibly can. Nitro holding a close angle. Naf, he crawls right underneath the crosshair. That's unfortunate. Naf's at 9 HP. He's got to fall back. But an opening kill for OpTic, and they're making a bid late in this half. And there's Elise pop flashing through, gets 1. It's all on JDM. He's got to stay alive. He's got to do more. He's gotten Daps. It's down into a 3-on-3. Hiko's starting to rotate over.
Nice
there's
shot by Pimp.
Yeah, that's sick. That's a big help as well.
And how slow Team Liquid was to rotate, they still come out on an advantage in this round.
Yeah, it's smart by Hiko. Got flanked out last round. Not going to happen twice. Naf with 9 HP. I mean, yeah, this is the bomb's far away. He knows Pimp's got the op on catwalk, just watching at range. And then Hiko and JDM playing passively in CT spawn. So OpTic in a situation where they're about to get reset here. Pimp is at least relocated, but Hiko's going to get aggressive. Finds him out 12-1. And if you're OpTic, you kind of basically just have to buy anyways. I mean, it's not a great buy, but you just need more rounds on the board. You need these last 2 if you want any chance, any breathing room to make a comeback.
This is true. And I just noticed this. I thought OpTic had a coach. Like, they just got a coach recently.
Devil Walk.
How come I don't see him in the Observer?
It might be because of the new coaching changes.
But you're still allowed to have a coach. You just can't talk as much.
Yeah, but I mean, he's probably just thinking there's no reason if he can't do it at events, why do it at online matches? Get him used to the fact that he's not going to be a constant voice. Speaking of constant, Elise still racking up kills, still doing damage, and still getting away and going back for more. And he's going to walk right into Daps. That's an easiest kill of Daps' life.
OpTic is still holding in that mid area, under window connector, and Team Liquid, Hiko's running back to B right now, making sure that they cannot fall back B. And Daps with the smoke kill.
That's a little bit fortunate. Nitro's gonna be a little bit salty about that one. Either way, Pimp, when the smoke fades, he has the op. He can hear them going up catwalk. Hiko's actually, this is not good. Hiko's out in the open. He knows he's got 2. That's a nice headshot, but he can't transfer the spray. He just got caught off guard. Tarek is going to plant the bomb. He fakes it, though, and I think he spotted Pimp. I don't know if Pimp spotted him. And Pimp's actually going to get aggressive. He's very fortunate to not just get dropped there. The Tech 9 is out. He's getting close up. Nice win from Tarek. 12-2. OpTic responds.
Way to go, Tarek. In the round with the CLG logo still. But you know what? He won him the round, and that's great.
Oh. I mean, Elise, you can just tell when you're feeling it. We've all made those plays. He goes right back in for more. Doesn't pan out that time. Auto sniper on Hiko, off on JDM. Pimp's back onto the M4. OpTic again going for this very, very quick mid pressure. And they're going to split this A bomb site. That's the attempt. But Elise and Nitro are going to get aggressive early. Flash comes down. That's a nice flick from JDM to hold that off. Nitro, meanwhile, has gotten 1. Elise was traded off, but it's a Nitro versus Tarek. Tarek wins that one. Rush also spots the legs of JDM. There's Mixwell taking off the head of Pimp. This is all happening very, very quickly as Liquid finally realizes if it's going to be very fast towards A, they can just quickly flank and get new positions on the other side of the map. So 1-on-2.
It's not impossible. They both have scopes, so if you catch a person off guard, You'll have a very good positioning in bomb plant.
They both have scopes, but that auto sniper is no joke. One tag and Tarek's gone, and Hiko is going to have the advantage of range. And the question is he going to get to the point? He's got to be honest of his middle flank, so he can't exactly turn away. But if he goes up towards Catwalk just to check towards B, he'd have a huge opportunity. Either way, when this bomb gets planted, they're going to know it's the B bomb site. That's when Hiko will try and find something.
They know. Hiko here's the bomb plant.
Yeah, and Tarek's out in the open. Fortunately, I mean, at least the peek causes the Molotov to miss. So now he hears the auto sniper and he says, I'd rather go against the Opera. He's going to go the other direction.
But
although
Tarek's sneaking up, though.
Yeah, although right now he's out in the open. If Hiko were to push up on this, it would just be... He's got to have some very, very fortunate timing. So he gets aggressive. He makes his own timing. Can Tarek clutch out again? Just narrowly misses that off shot. He wanted to have the AK-47. He wanted to go back towards the bomb site. That's unfortunate, but now he's got the angle. Can he clutch out another one? He does. Hiko's not ready for it. So Tarek with 2 big clutches at the end give him their 3rd round.
They needed that.
Yeah, they absolutely did, because Liquid piled it on early. 12-3, and when we come back, we'll see if OpTic can complete the comeback.
He's gonna get the 1 kill in that bomb coming down to the side. Phoenix has to stay up. He gets the trick for that Phoenix. Oh my god, what a way to win that round. They don't have a smoke, so this over still.
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Welcome back again to ESL Pro League here in North America. Sunny Burbank, California.
Always sunny. Never rainy.
Always sunny.
I like rain.
Okay. Good talk. Okay, so if you're OpTic, you just had an atrocious first half. You're down by 9 rounds heading forward. Obviously, pistol round's crucial, but what do you tell if you're coaching? If you're the coach that's allowed to talk during halftime now, what are you telling your team? Like, do you do like some kind of a pump-up speech?
I'll definitely do a pump-up speech. I'll pick them up out of their chairs. You know, they're small people. You could pick them up. Just pick them up and start shaking them. Get their heads in the game. They're just sitting there. They're not doing anything.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So that leads next on the CT side. What is the big goal for OpTic Gaming? They have an Opera in Mixwell. They have this star player who's come in, and he's one of the players who's revitalized this team, who's really made them a force to be reckoned with. You know, him as an Opera on Mirage, where are you putting him? Where are you giving him the most impact?
I would love to put him in random spots. Like, obviously, you want to have him hold mid a lot, but I'd like if he ops B hauled. I'd like if he even ops A hauled if you want to get a little cheeky. And just kind of mix it up. Don't keep them in one spot of the map, because once people have a hang of that, they'll counter strap, they'll smoke them out, and they'll hit somewhere else on the map.
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the big thing. That's the other thing, that also having a double op setup that we saw Liquid employ. It means you're one main Opera. I mean, JDM didn't have to be that mobile because they had Pimp, who's also opping in B halls. So mobile Opera would be nice. It's all about if they can get to that stage.
They have to get there and they have to do that by winning pistol. And it looks like Liquid's just going to go into a straight up B take, but OpTic has 3 people stacked in the area, and Tarek with an easy first kill.
That's a Tarek classic as well. I'm surprised that we weren't a little bit more prepared for that. Tarek is known for pushing it. Okay, jumping shots. Why not? Let's get him out early. JDM with 2 kills. The bomb is dropped, but JDM's just had enough. 3 kills for him so far in this round. Naf is in market his timing could be huge. JDM is very low, so is Pimp. They don't have a lot of HP to work with. Daps is pushing up. He's over towards Shadow. JDM looking like he's about to get his 4th kill of the round. Hiko's going to get 1, and then Pimp cleans it out. But JDM, what an entrance from him. How do you feel about jumping shots? Because they generally make me puke a little bit.
They do a little bit with me too. I hate it because for some reason my head's a giant magnet and pugs and scrims, and people just jump headshot me across the map, and I just want to throw my mouse against the wall.
shared emotion by many, I think.
Deep breaths, guys. Deep breaths. Okay.
And now we have okay, so 4 SMGs on the Liquid side. They're going to play this one very passively with such a huge lead. On top of the fact that, you know, OpTic might just try and surprise them on this round. Also, the stresses of just the first half might force OpTic into some unexpected plays. So Liquid's being very cautious here. Elysia Nitro watching for any push. Hiko watching for a Hall's push. Pimp and JDM just very, very far back on their own, looking for any mid-aggression.
Yeah, I don't know if OpTic has watched Team Liquid on this map, but they're stacking 4A like they know something is up. And, well, not 4A, but one's towards middle. They're playing heavy towards A in general. Mixwell with just a wall shot in the head.
Yeah, he just gave JDM the business. That's not too bad. That's a good advantage to bring moving forward. And now that opens things up because now this A stack with 3 players here, Mixwell on a quick rotation as well. He's been in window room. They know that mid's not an issue. And Tarek's spotting, he at least, you know, with his position that he's currently playing in, you know, just jumping up by the van over at the B site, he can have a couple seconds warning before if he sees anyone from Liquid. So OpTic has no reason to really rotate away from this A site. This is going to be very, very difficult. The big benefit they have is because they had 4 SMGs, they have utility to use on this hit. They have some smokes. They can molly out. As you can see, this is going to go underneath balcony. That's going to be for Daps. They're not waiting to see if he's actually forced out, and actually that's the mistake Nitro makes. He falls. 1 in the bomb site. Elysia and Hiko opening things up against the odds. Mixwell and Tarek are the last 2 left. They've got to make something happen. There's the scout. Tarek pushing forward. He finds Hiko. It's a 1-on-2, but it's Elysia. He's been on fire this whole match. 7 bullets in the UMP. He's got to push forward. He finds the headshot. 1 HP, and thankfully he doesn't cross into the crosshairs of Mixwell. Just narrowly dodging these through the boxes. This would be huge for OpTic. And Mixwell's going to switch the pistol, but he can't win
1
it.
HP.
That is nicely done. Elysia continues his tear, 28-7.
That's pretty amazing. He is playing really good right now.
Yeah, he's and this is phenomenal performance from him. One of those situations. This is where Nitro could be a little bit more patient here. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the man down situation. He feels like you have to make something happen as an entry player, but you know, you molly off underneath the balcony to force that player out of position, and you don't wait for it whatsoever. So when he does pounce, you're not even looking at him.
And Team Liquid kind of stole that round. That should have been OpTic's. I mean, they're stacked in the site. They're getting kills advantaged, and just Elysia just, you know, the magician. Pulls rabbits out of his hats.
Yeah, and Daps here is dropped into the smoke, very aggressive on top of the fence, and Nav's going to find Elysia. Daps is still, this is a tricky spot he finds himself in, but Hiko takes a dink and just falls away, uses the range of the AK-47. And he knows he's all alone. He knows his teammate has the B bomb site, so he's going to fall away. He needs to get a little bit more safe, not to hand over an AK-47, but it won't matter. Daps hunts him down anyways. And they might try and go for this. They kind of have to at 3-14. It would be nice to bring some of these AKs into the next round, and that's actually a decision it looks like they're going to take. But
right.
you're letting Liquid get up towards 15 very early on.
It's not impossible, Jason.
Well, yeah.
You know, there's always that chance that they could win.
What chance would you give them at winning this match?
I mean,
3-15, is it? Are you gonna go 0?
I mean, I'd like to say 5%. You know, I'm a believer, but it's never. You know, it's still a chance. 5% still a chance.
All right, so 5% chance for OpTic to win. Eric is a believer.
A 5% believer.
You know, everyone, every new commentator falls into the trap of giving a 0%. I've done it.
I'll never do it. I'll never do 0%.
You are way too optimistic.
I'm a positive person.
Glass half full kind of guy.
Yes. That's how I am.
Well, we'll see. Put that 5% to the test. No op on the OpTic side. Mixwell's going to be watching from window. Rush here, playing behind the smoke on A ramp. Liquid is going to line up for a very quick, very aggressive A hit. Now, Hiko is causing a distraction in mid. Rush is going to go unchecked, but he misses his initial shot. He at least recovers to get 1. But now the A site is lost. It's going to have to be a retake. There's a nade onto Naf. He goes very, very low. Nitro's getting the bomb planted, and Pimp's trying to take over CT spawn, and he does it successfully. Tarek isn't ready for it. Mixwell has got to come up with something. Molotov, JDM's with the op shot. He's feeling very uncomfortable as well. Now his access has been blocked. Opportunities are running down. The 95% is surely going to win here. 2 on 3. And Mixwell leading the way in. There's one in... There it is. JDM with the AWP from A ramp. Mixwell's the last one left. Can't even take out Nitro as he jumps on top of the box. A very, very quick win for Team Liquid and a dominant-looking Team Liquid.
Very dominant, and they were hungry and angry for being up, or 0-4 in the last 2 matches.
Yeah, obviously not feeling good about the slow start.
No.
Obviously not feeling good, and that was a much more aggressive, much more decisive Team Liquid. That CT side, you didn't really get to see the T side. The CT side was just full of pushes and taking things away. But taking things away, Tom, why don't you let us know how that went for you?
I mean, that was just a complete slap. That's the Team Liquid that everyone knows and loves. OpTic Gaming not looking as strong as they were with Stanislaw. May have to be wondering if that was the right decision to pick up Tarek. Yeah, he wasn't doing too bad individually, had a couple moments of brightness. But to break it down strategically, we got Ryu waiting over at the telestrator. Ryu, take it away.
Thanks, Tom. Yeah, we're going to take a look at a replay that shows an execute OpTic has run. I think it's probably their 3rd season running it. It's actually a really, really good execute. You're going to see some of the nades start to come over the top. Liquid does a great job of being in front of where the smokes end up landing. The kill at balcony is the one that actually secures it, and the Molotov you see there is just slightly off. So I'm going to break it down and show how it's different than the normal execute you see on Mirage. So we look at the board. What I've got drawn up here is a smoke wall that we first saw Kaboom use, which is one of the Brazilian teams that had some of the players that are now on SK. And there's a smoke wall that lines the site here on that particular execute. What makes this execute that OpTic has run for a few seasons now different is it's actually a smoke wall kind of horizontally on the site. And the main idea being it's going to smoke off any of the CTs that are back behind it, so back triple or possibly CT or jungle. And then the way it's supposed to work is there's supposed to be a Molotov that lands in sandwich. They usually Molotov underneath the balcony and then flashes rain in over the top. And the reason that this is so effective is no matter where you are in the site, if you don't fall out from behind the smokes, you get either Molotoved and then flashed, or you're somewhere in the open that they can take 2 players against 1 and trade that frag out. The other thing it allows in the post plant is when you see that execute coming and you know it's there, even if you pull back out of the site, they have several smokes that they have the option to flash through to get control of something. See them do it taking control of CT, see them do it to take control of that connector stairs area. Liquid was just playing, I mean, Elige was just on fire. Molotov missed, didn't get the sandwich guy out. Balcony guy gets a kill, shut the execute down.
Yeah, Elige going up beast mode. So let's pull up his stats and take a look at what it was. But what do you do in a situation like that? Do you have to just kind of predict where he's going and just avoid that? Or you just try to shut him down instantly? You have to use utility well. If a player is playing that well, that's that skilled, that, I mean, pretty much anytime he knew someone was there, that person got killed. And it was like 2 or 3 bullets. It wasn't like he was spraying these wild sprays to kill people. You need to use utility. You need to smoke him off, molly him out of position, flashbang him. If he can't see you, generally he won't be able to kill you. They just didn't do a good enough job, and he was able to just run from connector to A site, to stairs, back and forth, and just fight and kill everything. 28 and 9. That's triple positive. And what's scary, I think at one point he was like 21 and 2. So just absolute beast mode coming out from Elige. Meanwhile, Mixwell, however, on OpTic Gaming, 11 and 18, -7. Not too bad for how bad they were getting slapped around. Yeah, he didn't really have any huge rounds. Those kills kind of came scattered. There was not like a huge round where he got 4 kills with the op. Didn't have, obviously, the same level of performance we saw him have against Complexity. Just an unbelievably strong performance from Liquid and possibly the jolt that they needed to get right back into the season. All right, guys, now's that time where you go to thescoreesports.com or take out your iOS phone or your Android phone and go to the Google Play App Store. Check it out. It's the best place for news and stats. And don't go anywhere. We have the last match and map of the night. OpTic Gaming going up against Team Liquid.